Everything.
Okay, we are live. Hello,
Okay.
anybody that's watching. It is me, Paco, from Bad Witch Books, and welcome to our book club. If you guys want to introduce yourselves to anybody who doesn't know you and your channels.
Okay, I am Literary Fairy from Literary Fairy. I'm sorry. I'm not good at this.
I'm Myreese from the YouTube channel Myreese.
And I know we usually have Princess with us from the Castle Library, but she couldn't make it today. And if you're watching later, this now or later, Princess, happy birthday. Happy late birthday. Early
Happy birthday.
Okay. So let's start on the books. Let's do with our ratings 1st. I gave this book about 3.59, like almost 4. It's like on that tip between 3 and 4 stars.
I gave it 4.
Okay. I am leaning towards the 4. I think the ending is what got me, but I'm not going to discuss the ending because it's too early.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do a little pre-spoil, like not spoiler talk, and then we'll go into that shortly. We'll go into that like at 5:12. We'll go into spoilers. We'll start like our thoughts on spoilers. But I liked it. 3 is not a bad rating. It's not a book I'm gonna rereading anytime soon. I don't think. I enjoyed it. There was a couple issues I had with it, but the audiobook was one I think also did not help because they didn't care for the narrator.
Okay. Okay, I'll go. I really like the main character. I love her very much. I think that to me, with this book, I liked the characters more so than I liked the plot. I think that's how I felt about it while reading. I also liked Eros, his character, and the friendships in the book. Their friendship was so sweet to me.
I loved Eros.
Yeah. Okay. The characters is what kept me interested, like Malia, but I mean, is her name Kalia? Is that how you say it? Kalia, or is it Kalia? Whatever. Her, I like her, and I like I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. What's his name? Erasmus. He's crazy. He's crazy, and I like him, even though I can't. I'm so mad at him. I'm so mad at him for so many reasons. But I liked him.
The Marcos or
no, the
you know the guy that owned the circus, or like
yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So yeah, those are my top 3.
Magnus Bane vibes for some reason.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, so this character is someone that I'm supposed to be irritated with, but I'm not. I actually like his character. I know it's gonna go on pitches.
Yeah.
So much go on.
I mean, he wasn't the most irritating character in the whole book. There was a lot of it. But it's 5:10. We'll just go straight to spoilers because I'm like, what else we got to talk about?
Okay. I hate Jack. Okay, I don't hate Jack, but I was like, every time she has a happy moment, I'm like smiling. She goes back into the room and he's right there again. Like,
yeah,
me so much because there was no answers. Like I literally was hoping for more answers, but I felt like every time he showed up, there was just more questions, or like there wasn't a point.
I get that. I wish I didn't like Jack either, and I wish that we got more of there was no chemistry. I didn't feel any like feelings for them, and I think the author was trying to do that, like trying to get us to like him be a valuable option or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't get any of that from it.
Like, it's giving me Stockholm syndrome. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't like Jack. I didn't like Jack from the beginning, and that's because he was creepy. He's creepy from the beginning. Like, I'm like, dude is weird. I don't like him. And I'm weird. But like, he's like creepy weird. And I'm like,
I know that for his character, he's supposed to be modeled after like the Phantom of the Opera, right? So he's supposed to be
Yeah.
like
So
the character. I kind of got their relationship. Like it wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't outright like hostage situation. Like there was familiarity there. That's what I like about the story. But I also like that she wasn't. I like that the author didn't make it so that she was confused about any feelings she had. Like she was determined. Like that's what I really liked because I would have been so frustrated if he was a love interest. I read it and I was like, please tell me he's not gonna be the love interest. I don't want this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he built her. This is a time jump, but he built her a garden.
Oh yeah, when he built a garden, I like that, Marco.
It was like, if I know damn sure I couldn't do that because the whole thing would have been just burnt to the ground if I tried.
Same me.
These are fake. So
I could not get behind their ship though, like DeMarco and Kalia, mainly for the theory I had most of the book.
Okay, yes, Paco and I discussed this for a little bit because I had the same theory and I didn't want to think it because I was like, okay, that doesn't make sense because Paco, you can go first.
My theory was because she didn't remember her past or whatever, like before she got to the manor, and we know Jack be messing with people's heads and stuff.
Yeah,
I thought she was Ava.
Oh.
Okay.
So
I only thought this because I was like, okay, they both had like their relationship with mirrors, and for a second, I was like, please don't tell me that like Ava went into the mirror and for somehow like Jack got her out. Like I was like, this is. I'm glad it's not what I thought it was, but I was just like, for a minute there, I thought they were related.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, it was the fact that Jack was messing with her head already. So, like, I was like, we don't know any of her past is true that she remembers.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Can we talk about how creepy that was? That he had created whole like people to like be her, like, oh.
That's why I don't like him because he's weird. That's like, why would you do that to someone?
I thought that was written so well, that scene where she was talking about her best friend. And he was like, or like she was easily fooled or something, or easily trusting. And I was like, no, he did not.
I'm glad that we did not, like, in the beginning. We at the beginning of the book when before she escapes, when she tries to escape and then he like does the memory stuff on her. I'm glad that we did not have to go through that many pages of her like having to figure it out again.
Yeah, I'm glad too, because I would have died if we had to go through several pages of her like going through the same things. But I think that also speaks to like her abilities too. I was like, okay, bitch, yes, we.
I do like that about her, where she got her shit together and.
Yeah, she did what she had to do.
I know. I really like that. I think, who else did I really like in this story? So I liked the reporter. I liked Lottie.
I loved Lottie. She might have been She might have been one of my favorites. It was like, if I had to do my favorite three, it was the assistant, or I don't know how you say his name.
Eros?
Yeah, Eros. I loved Eros. Lottie and Canary.
Okay.
I love the side characters. I especially love when Lottie shut the mayor down.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, bitch.
Can I tell you how much I love that little snippet where Lottie was married to Erasmus, like before? And then he was like, he was still talking about her affectionately. Like, he's like, I can't stop her. Show must go on.
Like,
I was like, oh my god. But yeah, I like Lottie's character to an extent, Erasmus, and I liked Kalia, I think, and Eros, and Ira. Ira.
Oh yeah, I liked her too.
Okay, yeah. I know who that is.
Yeah. I was just like, oh, she reminds me of my grandma.
Okay. But I think I already said it, but my top three is, well, I didn't say my third one, but I like the main character. I like I do like Erasmus. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I like him for some reason, and Canary.
I know that okay. Let me try and like bring it back to the plot, because that's one of the reasons why I was like a bit slow, because I didn't know what was happening at first. I thought it was maybe she was a part of the lost family.
I
One of
got
the
that too.
I don't know. I like
Like,
I know this is going to be explored in the second book. I was just a bit confused.
yeah, plot wise, like I wouldn't say this book was. I mean, this is a debut, so I always give debuts like a little bit of slack on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a couple issues I had with it. Like for me, describing the magic was a little confusing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like especially, I couldn't. I don't know if it was the writing issue or like me, but I couldn't picture like especially the performances all that well. And
Yeah.
so that was something that's really crucial to it, the story, that I found issues with.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that was like just me, but
no, me too. Like the only thing I was really getting was like the fire and like the plants and you know the darkness and you know that I was like okay, and of course the dancing. But other than that, I was like, anybody else got other powers? I was like, I was like, what else is there that y'all do aside from the main? I don't know, whatever. Maybe I was tripping, but yeah.
I think for me, because I am a huge Moulin Rouge fan, and I was thinking of a show in this world. I was like I did have a point in the book when I was wondering like why they have to do tricks and shows, because they're magicians, you know, they have these powers and abilities. But I kind of thought of it as like a not a capitalistic society, but like they're a society where they're used to, I guess, putting on a show, and then that's how you get positions and jobs. That's like how I viewed it. So I didn't have a hard time with the descriptions of the magic. To me, they were like, I just pictured like shows and music and something like very dazzling, which I liked. I liked the whole like glamour of everything in Kalia's character. The only thing I wish was a bit more explored was, I guess, the setting. Like, I know that it's in a city where everyone is trying to become a magician, because that's how you get a job.
So you get up in the world.
Yeah. I was wondering if they're like, because they were talking about how other magicians sometimes were sent to like boarding schools for like labor. I think some of the magicians use as labor. So I was like, okay.
Like especially female magic users mainly use like labor. Which I don't know, it was a little confusing on that. Like they didn't describe it. I felt that because we get this whole vibe that like female magicians or female people with magic were kind of second to it, like they weren't treated as well. And I wish we got a more descriptive version of what, because they kind of just, to me at least, it seemed it got brought off. Like, I mean, we had the girls in the circus, how they weren't performers, or like we had Ida who had magic, but I felt like we didn't see enough of that.
Yeah.
To prove why females weren't, like, I mean, they discussed like female magicians disappearing, but I didn't see enough, in my opinion. I think to see like the difference between a working magician or someone who uses their magic for labor to the like performers.
I think I don't disagree, but I think to me, it's different. For me, I kind of understood, like as a girl, I understood why it wasn't so seen, because sometimes it is unseen, if that makes sense. Like the different barriers that they have to face. Like even though it's not known, I kind of felt the way, like I felt like I understood some of the characters. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't saying like I didn't feel it. I'm not. What do I say? It was just I wish we got more time to see like the labor magician kind of feat of it.
Yeah.
That's maybe what I should have phrased it, but that's what I kind of wish we got to see more of, the plight of like labor, the ones who have to use their magic for labor.
Okay. Yeah. Like, I mean, I wanted them to explore that little part where they were talking about like, oh, this isn't how it used to be And it's like, okay, but like okay, so I'm assuming that's gonna happen in the second book, and they're gonna do a whole backstory of like, I don't know, about the female magicians having this some kind of like, just there was too many of them and having too much power, and that's why they flipped the script.
Yeah, there was.
That's the only thing.
I think that was a lot of unanswered like questions about the setting that kind of.
Yeah. Let's see. I know that this book is pitched as Phantom of the Opera meets Moulin Rouge. Mm-hmm. I am someone who only knows a little bit about Phantom of the Opera, and I haven't seen or know much about Moulin Rouge. But did you guys get any of those vibes from it?
I did. I did in like the show setting when she would get dressed up for the shows and like the circus. I honestly didn't think about the Phantom of the Opera until like the end. I was like, oh shit, I know this scene.
I mean, I haven't seen either of those movies, but I'm familiar with the Phantom of the Opera aesthetic. So I was getting that, but like the end of the movie, I mean, of the book is when I was like, because like the whole like the show, and then you have the masks sort of, and then you have like the identity crisis thing, and then the secrets. So I was like, okay. And the class, but like still drama and petty and a little messy. But yeah.
And then I know that the sequel I heard is supposed to be Hadestown vibes, which Hadestown, the musical, is the Eurydice, and however you say the other name.
I'm gonna look it up.
You know the Greek myth where the girl gets bit by the snake and she died. So he goes to the husband goes to the underworld.
Oh, okay.
Supposed to look back.
Yeah. So I could see those vibes already with like her going into the mirror and him having to look for him or her. And you could also then make Jack now a Hades figure, which is interesting, especially since I guess he's not human.
Right? Apparently not, because I was like, what is he then? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, they said that there's an underworld.
Right, but like, what does that mean? Like,
oh, that's
is he a ghost? Is he just dead? What he can? I don't know.
That threw me for a loop, honestly. I was just like, wait. Okay, what do we have? Because I know we have mermaids now.
Yeah. I was like,
wait, where was the mermaids at?
Weren't they talking about the dancers who do underwater dancing? And then they were like, she was like, mermaids.
Yeah.
You remember?
I must have missed that.
I think it was a small part. She was introduced to like 4 sisters. They all start with an S. Their names all started with an S. And they did say mermaids, and so like they can't drown in the water. So they did like water acts at the circus.
I must have missed that part.
Paco said.
Paco was like next, but yeah, we were talking about mermaids in one part, and then we were talking about magicians. And I was like, okay, so this person's not mortal. He's having an inner monologue where he's not mortal. What is he?
Maybe he was mortal and he made a pact with a demon or something. Because we never got an answer, whatever that thing was in the shadow mirror or whatever in the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
And then.
But like, do you guys remember the plot in the book where it was like explain how nobody remembers who the former presidents or former mayors were? Like nobody.
Yeah. They're like stuck in a loop somehow.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, look. Here's why I've never liked Jack. Another reason why I still don't trust him. I don't care. I don't trust him. I'll never trust Jack because, okay, so he's connected to that whole darkness thing in the mirror, right? Okay, he said he's from the underworld, all that crap. Okay, what is he? I don't know. But he has similar powers of the whole like mind twisting stuff, right? So from knowing that and how from the middle of the book, it was clear that people have a terrible memory in this city of what happened. So I'm like, somebody with similar powers to Jack in some way, shape, or form was able to alter people's minds somehow. Because how else would people just randomly not remember the former presidents or anything in the city, their own history? Like what?
Well, we know that Jack would go to that city. every time he was going on like business trips, he was actually going to that city. Huh?
Who do you think he was talking to though in the mirror? Like he went to
I'm
the
assuming.
city, he would come back. Oh, sorry.
I'm assuming he was like talking to like a Dark Lord or something.
It's
like
probably Eva. No, I'm kidding.
You know what? Okay, they said a magician was looking back. When you guys remember the epilogue, when they had that white mask or whatever that had the mirrors on the inside. Would you think that was Eva or our lead that was looking back at him?
I thought it was like him looking back at himself, like an old version of himself looking back at, like, because it says magician looking back, but I don't know. My mind was all over the place. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
I at the end, I had to ask a friend. I had to ask their opinion because I was like, okay, what happened? Because I don't think I got what I think I got.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you asked that friend because you told me and I didn't.
Yeah,
See,
no.
I don't know either because it could be a lot of things. Like that's super vague. But then I'm like, it could. I don't trust anyone, so I'm like, if it's the main character, I would be happy because I'm a main character. Whole, I love them to have all of the spotlight. But then again, I'm like, it could be somebody else, and we haven't even really seen yet, or in disguise because I don't trust them. Somebody could be in a different form, change forms. I don't know. So
what my friend told me was that basically we were discussing the ending because we were like, or Paco and I were discussing the ending and we were like, so what is DeMarco's powers? Is he just powerless? So
yeah.
I was told that DeMarco's powers is basically draining other magicians' powers. So he can use his powers around Ava, his sister, and also around Kalia. So that's how his powers work. And I was like, is that why his sister can't come back? Because he drained her powers?
Mm-hmm.
That could be a good theory.
But I don't know. But my brain could not comprehend what was happening.
Because if that's the case, that opens up a whole new thing. What happens to the people when their powers get drained? Do they go into this mirror realm?
Well, I think it was more of because she had already like stepped into the mirror.
Oh,
when her powers
okay.
Come out. I don't know. Like I'm still going. I don't know in my head. Like I don't know anything. I know nothing.
That's the only reason I kind of want to read the sequel.
Yeah.
Is to get answers.
Exactly.
I don't think we got a single answer this book.
I'm gonna be so mad if I read the second book and I'm left with more questions.
Right.
I'm like, that's how I feel with this book. I'm like, I have so many questions, like a lot. I don't know.
Okay, now favorite question: who was your least favorite character, or who are you fighting in this book? The mayor was so goddamn irritating.
Oh my god, he was fucking irritating. That one character that was trying to confront Kalia and basically bait her into an argument about being a cheater. He was the one I disliked. I was mad about that whole situation, but I'm glad I think he went missing, so I was glad. The mayor wasn't my least favorite character, mostly because I felt like he didn't do anything. So he would just talk to me, like he didn't really like do anything that I cared for. It was the other minor characters that would constantly like bicker or try and gossip with her that made me like, it's okay, girl, just breathe.
Okay, y'all already know what I'm gonna say,
Jack.
But I have a good reason. Like it's not just because I'm salty, but like, it just doesn't. I'm one of those people who I don't like to drink or do anything like that because I like to have control. Like I'm not a control freak, but I might be because I'm just like I don't want you meddling with my mind. That's so manipulative. I can't stand that. It's just so abusive, and I'm just like I don't care how many nice things you do, Jack. I don't care. You mess with her mind in some way, shape, or form, and I don't like his power at all, so I would fight him. And that's on purr.
I think, yeah, it was frustrating because I would read parts where he would justify it. Like, I don't think he found anything wrong with that at all. And I was just kind of like, okay. So I like my fictional men toxic, but this is actually really bad. That was a bit irritating to me. I just didn't. I was like, we're already progressing with DeMarco. I don't want to see him. Why is he here?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Like he oh my god, you know who he reminds me of? Tuxedo Mask. And because he just shows up and it's like, I don't care. Like, why are you here? He just shows up. They're doing what they do. They're minding their own business, and here comes Tuxedo Mask. Like, why are you here?
Twitter did you do the Twitter thread for that?
For what?
Did you make that joke earlier on Twitter?
No. About what?
I saw someone did a Tuxedo Mask comparison.
Really?
I don't know if it was Jack, but it was something.
Really? Well, I need to see it because
I never saw a Twitter thread.
It was just a meme or whatever. It's like my job is done and I can go. And then like Sailor Moon's like, but you said nothing.
Oh, that I retweeted something with those pictures because it was something like white liberals when Biden won.
Oh, okay.
But that, yeah, but
I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I just saw that made me think of that. But yeah.
Yeah, but if someone did a thread about this, I'm for sure going to find that thread because I'm like, he's giving me that energy, that unnecessary energy. Like I don't. It's like go on and get. Like I don't.
Yeah, that was a lot. I don't know. For Jack, to me, I felt like maybe it's because it's the first book, but I was like, I thought he'd be playing a bigger role. But like, no,
yeah,
like riddles, and then because he couldn't, like for some reason in their interactions, he couldn't physically be there for some reason, but at the end he was there.
I was and I think it might have been the audiobook, so confused at the end of like, because to me it went from we're dancing, and then it's not him, it's not like DeMarco, and now we're breaking mirrors. That's like how it went in my head, like now the mirror breaking part.
Yeah.
I was so surprised. I was like, wait, we're doing this now during the competition? Okay. Well, that's fine. But I didn't expect her to fall through the glass with him. I didn't
see that.
No.
I thought like, I don't know, I thought something bigger would happen, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The one constant that I liked was Eros. He was like the one I liked. I liked that there was no romantic interest. It was simply just best friends.
He was such a sweetheart.
Yeah. He was ready to throw hands for her. And I was like, as it should be.
I love that he was like bi as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
When they said when she threw that in, that one thing I said, where it's like, gay, I'm in.
Yeah. I was dead. I was like, that just had me weak because I was like, I seen it.
I really thought that like there would be more relationships forming. It like with the side characters. I don't know. Maybe it's just me because I wanted Eros to have a love interest. I thought it would be him and Canary.
I thought that too, but I don't know if I want Canary with anybody. I like her.
Just as she
I don't
is.
know why my dream ship would be actually Canary and and our main.
Collier?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe because I was such against DeMarco as just because of my head canon.
You were like anything is better.
Yeah, because I was like 80% sure that he was his sister. So I was like, don't do that. That's nasty.
Okay. So I think for me, this is just me going off. My brain just goes off when I read a lot. So I really wanted to see more of Lottie and Erasmus.
I love Lottie so much.
I know. Like at first I was so irritated. I was like, oh, well, this bitch don't mind her business. But then I was like, okay. Like the more I saw her lines, I was like, okay, I actually want her in everybody's business because all these men are picking up. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. But
And I
yeah,
don't know why I imagine. I don't know if they said it, but I know that her outfits were slaying. Like in my head,
Oh.
she was always like, those people that are always like the outfit on point.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
love it when
feel
it's like,
sorry.
oh, go on.
No, I was gonna say I feel like that makes sense if she was Erasmus's wife. Like they would have been a power couple, or I
It
think.
really would have. I like how lost my train of thought. I like the doctor scene. Okay, here's one of our favorite scenes from the book. Do you guys have any favorite scenes?
So there was I don't know. There was a couple of scenes that I really liked because of the writing.
Mm-hmm.
I loved I think her first performance with the circus women. I like that one. I thought it was like it was because I felt like anticipation before each show. I was like waiting for something to happen, and I didn't. I was kind of worried I would be hyping myself too much and then getting disappointed. But I actually liked the way that her shows turned out. I also liked. This is gonna sound toxic, but I like their fight scene. because
When
it's
who?
DeMarco and Kalia. I like when she pushed him away, mostly because it was like, okay, it gave us something to how do I say it? Like something to be irritated about. I'm just like, no, I could
Who was
feel
always fighting?
Okay.
I mean, I like the doctor scene where Lottie got introduced.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Ha! It was me the whole pull some Team Rocket shit of like I wasn't a doctor the entire time." I like whenever she interacted with the circus troupe.
Okay.
Like what's the girls? The groups, the Conquering Circus, or the Conquerors, or whatever.
The Conqueror Circus, right?
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah.
But I love when she interacted with them. I think that was it. I can't think of a scene right now.
I have two. I feel like it's two. Okay, so the first one is, I mean, when she got the round of applause and they kept, cheering her name. I liked that because, I don't know. I kind of felt for her at the beginning of the book. I don't know. I was really connecting with her because I was in my feelings for a minute. And I wasn't like, I was clapping too. I just liked how that felt. But my other favorite scene is when they were playing cards, because I feel like that said a lot about the whole story. When she was playing cards with the Conquering Circus, and then I wasn't like she's gonna lose. I was like I know she's gonna lose because I knew it was gonna be symbolic of her state of mind. Not to say that she's like dumb, but she's a little naive, and I don't know. But she's like super powerful and like confident and all that. But I was like, sis, there's things happening around you you're not seeing. I was like, but so I really like that part. I was like, I see what she did there. But yeah.
Okay.
I love her introducing herself to the group, when she auditioned.
Oh, okay.
She made it seem like she was the assistant at first.
Yeah.
I like that part of it. What other parts did I like?
Oh, the other part I liked was when the birds were coming out the mirror. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh.
And she like threw herself to save the girl. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like the visuals, not what happened to her. I just like the visualization of it. Not just to be clear.
I like when she set Hellfire on fire.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
She escaped.
Mm-hmm. I was like, burn it down. You know I love fire. Cancel. No, okay. I was like, burn it down. Burn it
down. What is one scene that I really like? I think it was like the dinner scene where you could like see that she was very, very quick-witted.
Oh, or she saved the day.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
I just hated how they kept like something bad went wrong. They all looked at her like it was her.
But that's reality though. It'd be like,
I know. I still hated it.
yeah, me too. Me too. I feel you. I was like,
And then
it was just
I
like
love when DeMarco punched that other wizard that was like trying to insinuate something.
that's what I liked. Like from the progression from him listening to the judges about her and like his feelings about like what what she had to deal with, what everyone was saying. Like he snapped and punched him, and I was like,
yeah, I like that. I was like, yes.
Oh,
I was like, about time. I was like,
something.
I was waiting. I was like, you're about to get canceled in my book, boo. I was like, yeah, I'm waiting for you to say something. I was like, open your mouth. But yeah,
he did.
I was like,
he went through something traumatic. Okay, but like,
he was kind of irritating.
Yeah, to me, I was like, is he gonna watch all this? He's just gonna watch. Is you're not gonna do anything. You're not gonna like,
Mm-hmm.
Like I saw somewhere, I forgot where I saw it. It probably was Twitter about it, but someone said like, I forgot who said it, but they were like, he went there to look for stuff about his sister, but it wasn't until like weeks later that he's like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be looking for her.
I was waiting. I thought that we would get more of like a progression or some action scenes to him finding out like slowly what happened to his sister, but nothing really happened until Lottie came back, and I thought Lottie was like an ex-girlfriend or something.
I thought she was too. I thought she was actually Ava's ex-girlfriend. I'm wanting more game. I'm wanting more.
No, I literally thought she was Ava's ex-girlfriend because I was like, okay, so she said like she cares a lot, and that's just me wanting a sapphic role in this.
Just add some more game.
Yeah, I was just like, let me skip. But no, I guess there wasn't. But yeah, she was doing more of the work that I saw from his character.
She really was. Like he goes into the library and he's like, "Oh, I should go to the library." She's already got like books out.
Right.
I'm like, "Oh, you're supposed to be doing something."
I was like, okay, so if his sister isn't a mirror, why did he go to Glorian? To like, okay,
they never. That's one of my issues. They never explained why.
I hope we see Ava's character in the second book. I just don't know what role she's gonna play.
That's why my theory is that it was her when the mask.
Mm-hmm.
Because they say like what he didn't know is there was another magician looking back at him on the other side of the mirror.
Uh-huh.
So I was guessing that was Ava.
Right. But like, okay, look, here's my thing. If there's going to be a whole second book, right? And I'm assuming that it's not going to be as simple as like, we have more, the same setting, but just more drama and more answers. I'm willing to go all the way out there and just put my whole foot, like, okay, what if this whole mirror thing has been brought up way too many times for me to not be curious about what if they're the ones trapped and it's not even the shadow people that are trapped and the people on the other side are trying to help them out. That's just a crazy theory. It's probably not even true, but I'm just saying, like, if this is a world of magic, I'm like, we see how memories and minds can get, and then this whole mirror thing, and there's a whole mirror realm. I'm like, what is that realm? How are people over there? And where are they at? Where they not even in their right minds? So I don't know. Did some powerful magician do some kind of like illusion magic in their little city or something? I don't know. But there has to be something.
I broke.
I was just looking up the sequel.
Paco, not you ignoring me.
I was listening to you, and I like that theory of like they're on the other side of the mirror.
I didn't even take into account that they were the ones stuck until now.
Because they sound pretty stuck to me.
I mean, yeah, because they couldn't. Our magicians couldn't even leave the town.
And it seemed like.
And no one questioned that. Like, we can't leave the town. And the guy was like, "It wasn't my magic. I didn't do this." And they were like, "Oh, okay."
Right, and then also like, there's that whole common idea, that common motif of like you're afraid of what's in the mirror because it's the truth, and because it's yourself. It's what it's what you're hidden from. So I'm like, okay, if she keeps bringing up this mirror thing, and Jack is continuously saying, "Don't believe it," I'm like, oh my god, like what? So I'm like, who's out there? Does she need to escape once more? Did she not really escape from anything? Does she need to get through to that mirror and go to, maybe Ava trying to help them out? She's like, I ain't trapped, y'all trapped.
See, the thing I was wondering is like, okay, I thought his aunt was gonna come, like, because his aunt is someone
Right.
who he doesn't want to come and, like, I guess find out about him. So like okay, I don't know. I thought she was going to play a part in the first book. She might play in the second book, but I was like, so like what's happening? Because other people can come in, but they can't get out. That's the thing. Or is it only the magicians who can't get out? I think it was only the magicians who can't get out.
And then also, let's not forget what Jack said. He literally said she walked right into the trap.
She walks right in.
I think she's not. I'm pretty sure she's not Ava now that I've finished it.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking she's maybe that, because what was it? There was like the ones that had to do with the 4 families, and you had the ones that had to do with fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. She might be, but like what? I want to know where like her past a little bit. Like, okay, so is she like a lost family member of one of the houses, or like
a princess? No.
anything. I just want to know something.
Yeah.
Just not. I just don't want her to be Ava. That's
yeah.
I'm hoping she ain't Ava.
I just wanted to make sure though, because
we need answers. That's the only reason I kind of want to read it. Just like I want answers
quickly.
I feel like we're missing a character. Oh, hold on. So who else was in the book?
Let's see. Okay, we did Erasmus. We got Eros. We got Jack, Canary, Lottie, Kalia, of course.
The relevant magicians.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's everybody. I thought we were missing a character. I guess not.
Not really.
Or I guess the other ones are irrelevant then.
Because they're like the magicians that like. Did we need to know their names?
No.
And like, you like how dark it got. Their eyes were taken out or something.
Oh,
I liked that. I liked it because then I was like, I think it got the atmosphere across that like, oh shit, like, it got the mayor thinking like we probably should have, cared about our workers, but
yeah,
right. Should we just sit here like sitting ducks? I was like, oh, now you're scared.
I felt sorry for his daughter. I thought. No, not even like I didn't like her for most of it, but like when she had done all the work for the show or for the party.
Oh yeah, and his like.
I felt sorry about that. And then he like he made it basically his.
Yeah.
So I felt sorry for her. Take the credit. Yeah. I felt sorry about that for her.
Oh my
god. I didn't like her in the beginning, but I was like, okay, you're not relevant enough for me to hate you.
Yeah, I didn't really. I was like, okay, she's just what in a white class, upper class white woman.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, I was like, now, Miss Ma'am, like, just look.
No.
9. You got a party. At least you got a party. But yes, so this book I did enjoy. I think I liked. So I wasn't like at first I wasn't really invested in the romance. Like I liked the way that it happened, but like I was more invested in Kalia herself. Like I loved her scenes, her lines. And I like that he didn't try to change her for the show or anything. He kind of just accepted her, kind of like how Eros did.
Yeah. I just love, like, Eros is a character, like, the whole, him just accepting her and, like, that friendship they had was so sweet. Like, when he pulls the mattresses out
Yeah.
into the the living room basically of the hotel room. I was like, oh, and he's like, oh, he didn't say anything about it. He just like, hi. That was so sweet.
No, their friendship was so easy. Like there didn't need to be like any discussions. There didn't need to be like any other words. Like it was very much so like, so what are we gonna do next? It was like a ride or die thing.
Mm.
Yeah. Like, you want me to square up? We can square up. Like,
I know.
Period.
Do you want me to throw hands or like what you want to do?
Right.
like he even went to like DeMarco and was like, so we're gonna have a problem? Like,
Or no, I was like, that's why I was like, I respect him. I was like, he said, "What's up?" He said, "I'll pull up." I was like,
Like,
but then like the part where he's like listening to them all talk shit or whatever, but actually he was stealing from them.
mm-hmm.
He's like, why else do you think I was just listening to that shit?
Yep. Period. I was like,
and I like that, like, because assistants, I guess, are in the beginning they were like, assistants are a woman's position, and like they're usually dressed up and decorated. But I like that, like, he wasn't very like discouraged at all by it. He was like, all right, it's like it was his position, and he owned up to like being her friend,
Her confidant.
Yes, her confidant.
What else is there to discuss about the book? I would not recommend the audio if I'm thinking of it. I didn't care for the.
I was going to get it.
Huh?
I was going to get it because I was like, okay, I was busy and I was having a hard time like trying to get through a certain part in the book, and I was like, maybe I should get the audio. But then you were saying that like you didn't like it.
I think it was because they had two people for it, but the only times they switched people was when it would be Jack's perspective.
Uh-huh.
So the female had to do the male voices, and usually I don't mind it when the female speaker does the voice for the males or vice versa. But her voice that she gave DeMarco whenever he spoke was so irritating.
How was it?
She tried to like give him an accent, and so it's kind of even distracting too.
What kind of accent?
Let me see if I can find it.
It was British, huh?
I don't want to get copyrighted.
Was it British?
It wasn't even British. It was just trying to like do something with her voice. To me, that was distracting.
Oh.
It wasn't even like her deepening her voice, but it was like, I don't
DeMarco.
know. What's wrong, Paco?
Oh no, I'm checking those because I have my laptop and I can only see certain, and I was looking at something that showed up on my screen.
Oh.
It was like, what's this? What's this? Let's see if there's any other things to discuss before we talk about our next book. Where is it? I had that.
What?
I just did a little dance, Had to put my signature dance moves on here, so that the world knows that I did it first. You feel me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here and now, America.
Exactly. You already know what's up.
We got the advertisement. We got the ad. I'll just say ad of the next book.
I call him the flyer.
Okay.
Or yeah.
That's what I should
I am just dead. I'm dead.
I don't know why I say ad.
She could, cause she's selling something. She like she's selling the live.
No,
hey.
We should have tickets. It's her. Look, it can be an ad. You want it to be an ad? We're like, put your cash app.
Put it on Patreon.
Not Patreon. I can't stand you, Paco. What?
I don't know. I think we'll just talk about our next book. So our next book for people who want to join is The Bear and the Nightingale.
Okay. It's a
Mhm.
very Christmassy book.
My Vanna White mood. Just so this is because we're doing a winter court theme. The Bear and the Nightingale. It has like Slavic folklore, and so it's very wintry. I'm not going to read the back of that because I don't have lighting, so we're going to Goodreads. I'll read the synopsis.
Oh, you wore the wig. Oh my god, it looks good. It because I be getting distracted. I told y'all my mind. There's a reason why I can listen to audiobooks on 3x speed. There's a reason for that. My mind. That's the first thing I thought of, but then I totally forgot until just now. But it looks good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it was either this or my rat's nest. That I just
Wait a minute, not a rat.
Did you see my story? Did you see my story?
Oh, I saw that. Didn't you say someone compared it to the something?
The rat's doll.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, they did you dirty.
It looks exactly the same. Okay. I don't know if I can show it on here. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh. Malia.
Described me as this rat's doll.
You know what?
It was very true. And I was like, you know what? At least I did something right today.
I love the look, though.
Yeah.
It's going for yes, we like the nails.
Yes. Don't look at me. Oh my god. I have my Kohl's badge to show. That's where I was.
So, the description of the next book. So, The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. At the edge of a Russian wilderness, winter lasts most of the year, and the snowdrifts grow taller than the houses. But Vassila doesn't mind. She spends the winter nights huddled around the embers of fire with her beloved siblings, listening to her nurse's fairy tales. Above all, she loves the chilling story of Frost, the blue-eyed winter demon who appears in the frigid night to claim unworried souls. Wise Russians fear him, her nurses says, and honor the spirits of the house and yard and the forest that protect their home from evil. At Vasila's mother dies, her father goes to Moscow and brings home a new wife. Fiercely devout, city-bred, Vasila's new stepmother forbids her family from honoring the household spirits. The family winces, but Vasila is frightened, sensing that more hinges upon their rituals than anyone knows. And indeed, the crops begin to fail, evil creatures of the forest creep near, and the misfortune stalks the village. All the while, Vasila's stepmother grows ever harsher in her determination to groom her rebellious stepdaughter for either marriage or confinement in the convent. As danger circles, Vasila must defy even the people she loves and calls on the dangerous gift she has long concealed. This in order to protect her family from a threat that seems to have steeped from her nurse's most frightening tales.
Okay.
So very, very wintry aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
Into the unknown, Elsa. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's a smaller book. I think it's
250 pages.
I don't know, they added some stuff, when they got the acknowledgement. And then they got
I think I have a hold on it for the library. Hold on, let me see.
I hate this. They have the glossary, author's note, epilogue, like all that. Okay. 312, so it's a shorter book.
Okay.
But I do know that this is like a slower book.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know this one was pretty action packed, and I know not Witches. Year of the Witching kind of had a faster pace.
Mm-hmm.
So it's our next book, and then I'll just announce the January book is going to be Black Sun.
Okay.
And February will be These Violet Delights.
Okay.
So
I'm excited for both. I know because everyone's been raving about Black Sun and These Violent Delights. I'm sorry, I didn't realize this because everyone, they use acronyms a lot. I thought T TVD was The Vampire Diaries. I was like, oh,
TVD?
everyone's watching this.
Me
Yeah.
too.
That is The Vampire Diaries.
No, I know, but I thought when they were discussing on the timeline, they were discussing, but it was these violent delights, and I was like,
I would have
okay.
thought the same thing.
See, I don't know. I don't be knowing. I'll be like, can y'all just spell it out a little bit? Because I don't know what these mean. I don't know what A, B, C, D, E is. I don't.
You're right. Sometimes I don't.
I have to Google it. I have to.
A-B-S-L-L-M, like,
I just keep scrolling. I'll be like, I ain't got time for this.
I know that, I always forget too. Like I was reading someone's, it sucks, and it's the same thread that I'll be rereading, and I'm like, I know this acronym, but I don't.
Yeah, I know.
I know that. Just in case anybody's watching or will watch, please check out the Shaded Choice Awards. They are a project that our other co-host, Princess, helped create, and it is a answer to Goodreads Choice Awards a voting thing to celebrate people of color and Black authors. So please go check that website out.
And then
just give a little ad.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm gonna take off the live real quick. We could still chat, but I'm just gonna the live. So bye everybody.
Bye. Ooh, I ain't gonna.